right? Any other props you want on hand, that's entirely up to you. Again, apologies for the gardener. They're ending. They're going to be gone soon, but it's not half as bad as that other time. Oh man, that was so bad the other time. Okay, we're going to start in child's pose. Big toes to touch, knees wide, arms outstretched in front. If you want to utilize a blanket to add some support, some cushion underneath the knees, by all means, please do so. And I touched on this earlier in the week that if child's pose is one of those positions that doesn't really feel comfortable to you, then what you can do is always just prop yourself up on your elbows, on your forearms, and hang out here for a little bit. Starting out very gently. Removing expectations. Shaking off any pressure. And obviously that's easier said than done. But it's important to train yourself when you come onto your mat. The space is sacred. This small rectangular shape is your safe haven. You can return to your civilian life once you step off the mat. But for now, you're at the mercy of the practice. And trust me, that is such great news. An opportunity to better ourselves, strengthen the body and the spirit, building an infinite amount of endurance and patience. So in these beginning moments, give thanks. Give thanks for right here, right now. And then remind yourself that, of course, every day is different. You have the ability to go slower, to take your time, or watch my cat play with the windows. Child pose is always available to you. Rising up to all fours, tabletop. Shoulders stack on top of the wrists, hips on top of the knees. Moving through a couple rounds of cow-cat. Arching through the back, pulling the chest through. And then rounding, and adding the breath. I'm gonna let some more people come in. Inhaling to arch, exhaling to round. Keep moving. Your breath, your pace. Soft bend in the elbows. If you're hypermobile, you know who you are. Move the pelvis first. Let that initiate the ripple effect through the spine. Head very last. belly up though, so to bring some tension towards your midline, towards your core. Let your neck hang, head hang at the top. Good. Coming back to a nice neutral spine, extending your right leg towards the back end of your mat, tucking your toes, shifting the weight backwards and forwards. Backwards and forwards. Waking up that calf, that hamstring, and waking up the shoulders, right? Because we're holding ourselves up. And back to the center, squeeze through that right glute, float that right foot up and away from the mat, and extend your left arm ahead. Keep your gaze down. Start to drift your left hand out towards the long left edge of your mat. Kick your right foot out towards the right side to hover, and then pull it back into the center. So when you come through the center, your toes point down. When you go out to the side, your toes point away from you, so you open your hip, okay? So inhale here. Exhale to open, reach out to the left, kick out to the right. Good, inhale back to the center. And exhale, kick out, reach out. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to the center, one more inhale. Exhale, lower the palm and the right knee down to the mat. I'm gonna have to move off because I have that wall right there. So I'm gonna move off just a little bit for this one. Extend your left leg towards the back end of your mat. Tuck those toes. Shift the weight backwards, forwards. So be really conscientious of you opening and closing your hip. Opening and closing your arm is just to make it more challenging. You're welcome. Back through the center, squeeze through that left glute, float that left foot up and away. Try not to lose that connection in your midline. Don't arch to your back. Reach that right arm forward. This is our tester, right arm reaches out. Kick your left foot away from you, flexing your left tippy toes and back to the center. Inhale here, exhale, reach out, kick out. Inhale back to the center. Good, keep going for 5, 4. This is really hard for me too. 3, 2, and 1. Back to the center and take your inhale. Exhale, palm and knee lowers down. Holy smokes. Puppy pose. Crawl those palms towards the top end of your mat. Relaxing the forehead all the way down. The pelvis will perk up just a bit. And try to keep those hips on top of the knees. So you may need to crawl those fingertips a little bit more forward. And then spread your fingers out wide like your downward facing dog, just to add a little bit of tension through the triceps, the biceps, and of course, what are those muscles I'm thinking of? I can't think of the name, but come to me with it. Lats, there we go. Good. Crawl those hands back towards you, back to your tabletop pose. Tuck your 10 toes, downward facing dog, here we go. Ooh. First downward facing dog, shimmy it out. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Taking some wiggles. Of course, I like to nod my head around, relax my neck just a bit. And then eventually finding stillness. Gripping especially with the index and the thumbs, the forearms are hugging in, the biceps are wrapping up, and the triceps are wrapping out and down. Like that puppy pose, your pelvis is perking up just a little bit, but it should feel like there's a rope tied around your waist, and that rope is being pulled towards the back end of your mat, pulled behind you. One more big breath here. And lifting that right leg high towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, knee towards the right tricep, glide forward, try to touch, quietly step the foot outside the right hand, lizard pose. Let's keep that back knee up for now. Trust me, just keep it up for now, we'll be okay. Stay high on the palms, and instead of immediately slouching, push away like a plank. Pull your chest forward. Drive your left heel back. Straighten through that left leg. Strong, strong, strong. Then lower your back left knee down. Take an inhale. Exhale, rock your hips back. Half split variation, straightening to that right hamstring. Stay on the inside of your right calf, your right ankle. Grab blocks, prop yourself up if you want. There's a blanket underneath that back knee. Flex your right tippy toes towards you, and then turn them away from you. Oh, yeah. Hello, IT band. Hello, side body. I'm sorry, I've neglected you and forgotten all about you. Oh, bless you, Willow. She just sneezed. Right tippy toes back up. Rebend into that right knee. Back the same way you came. Tuck the back left tippy toes. Lift that back knee up. Send that right leg high into the sky. Three-legged dog. Pause here. Shoot energy through the sole of your right foot. Squeeze your right glute cheek. See if you can lift that flying heel up a little bit higher. Push your chest back towards that left thigh. One more inhale. Exhale, right foot quietly lower down, NBD. Left leg high, inhale. Exhale, left knee, left tricep, glide forward, get as close as you can, then step that left foot lightly outside that left hand. Stay up on the palms. One beautiful long line of energy from the crown of the head all the way towards that right heel. Keep bending into that front knee. And you can let your hips soften down towards the mat. But once you start to bend or buckle into that back knee, no bueno. Good. Back right knee lowers down. Take an inhale. Exhale, rock your hips back. Half splits variation. Left heel stays against the long left edge of your mat. You can tense your fingertips. You can use your props. Draw your left tippy toes, flex them back. Turn them away from you. Turn them a little bit away from you. Keep pulling back on the fleshy part of that left heel. This is why we use mats. They have that bit of stickiness to them so that we can grab hold with our flesh, holding ourselves up, pulling ourselves back. We need that stickiness. So if you're slipping and sliding all over the place, time to buy a new mat. Left tippy toes back up. Rebend into that left knee. Plant those palms. Tuck the back right toes. Lift that back knee up. Three-legged dog. Sky high. Send that left foot back. All right. Push your chest back. Push the weight back into that right heel. Can you lift your left heel a little bit higher, but keep your belly strong? One more inhale. Exhale, left foot lowers down. Downward facing dog. Child's pose, lower down, big toes to touch, knees wide, sit back on the heels. Back up to all fours, tucking the 10 toes behind you, pushing your hips back towards your heels, crawling your hands closer towards the knees, forward fold at the back end of your mat, popping your hips up, lowering your heels down. Big bend knees, reach for opposite elbows. Hopefully this ragdoll doesn't feel too terrible considering we've already, started waking up those hamstrings and the hips. But if it does, well, we just need to do more yoga. Switch the crossing of the forearm, shift the weight forwards, backwards. What are you holding on to? Let it go. Come back to the here and now. Don't shy away from what your body is feeling. That means you are alive. Release the hands down. Rolling vertebrae by vertebrae, rise all the way to the top. Head comes very last. Roll those shoulders back. Good. Stepping towards the top end of your mat. Feet can stay hips width distance or big toes to touch. I'm going to keep mine hips width distance for tonight. Reach those arms up. Inhale. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the palms. Step back, high plank. Knees can stay up, knees can lower down, but shifting forward. First, chaturanga. Inhale. Up dog or cobra. Exhale. Downward facing dog. High to the tippy toes. Bend the knees, look forward. Step float, top end of your mat. Feet how you like. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach up, stand up. Exhale, fold forward, right into it. We're doing one more. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Step back. Try your opposite foot first. Step back. Knees up, knees down. Shift forward. Chaturanga. Inhale. Up dog or cobra. Exhale. Downward facing dog. High the tippy toes. Bend the knees, look forward. Step float, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Good. Inhale, arms reach back up. Exhale, bend the knees, sit back, chair pose, Utkatasana. Gazing down, make sure you can see all 10 tippy toes. Again, your feet can be hips width distance, the big toes can be touching. I'll leave that up to you. If you have your feet hips width distance, just make sure that your knees are knocking in towards each other. They're right on top of those ankles as you sit back. Reach the hands behind the head. Interlace the fingers. Inhale. Exhale, drop your right elbow down towards the long right edge of your mat. Staying here. Cinching through the right side of the body. Opening through the left. Back through the center. Inhale. Exhale, drop the left elbow down. Stay here. Couple more breaths. Right elbow's lifting up, left elbow's lowering down. You're cinching, not necessarily scrunching, but cinching through that left side. Pulling it tighter together, intentionally so, to open the right side. Back through the center. Both arms reach back up. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward, release. Inhale. Halfway up. Exhale, step the left foot back, warrior one. Back heel lowers 45 degrees flat. Arms reach up towards the ceiling. Pulling that right hip back. Bringing the left hip forward. Pulling your back left quad away from the kneecap. Straightening through your back left leg, bending into your front right knee. Soften the shoulders down. Okay. Gazing forward. Primarily just prepping the hips, prepping the hamstrings. This feels very good tonight, which warrior one doesn't always feel very good to me, but tonight feels good, at least on this side. One more inhale. Exhale, hands come down the frame of front foot. And spin onto the ball of your back foot. Then spin yourself to the left for your straddle forward fold. but we're gonna take a bit of a side body stretch, and it's okay that you see my bum here. So come up to your fingertips. This is where you may need a block, or you may not. We'll find out. Left palm directly below the face. Right arm reaches high. Reach, 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 open. You don't have to look up. You can look down towards that left hand. But reach to your right flying fingertips. Okay. Look down. One more inhale. Exhale, right arm will wrap underneath that left. And you're gonna have to move your left hand a little bit towards the left, just a little bit, to try to grab hold underneath of your left calf or your left ankle. I'm just going for my left calf, and then pulling slightly underneath. And your chin is gonna find that left bicep. Don't worry about that. You can even peek slightly underneath your left arm. Get slowly unwind. Reach that right arm back up. Inhale. Exhale, right hand lowers down. Spinning yourself to face the top end of your mat. Stepping forward, feet high back. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, set the right foot back, right onto the other side, warrior one. Did you hear my knuckles crack? Reach those arms up. So this time a bit of better view to see what's going on with my arms. Take a moment or two to close your eyes. You don't need to see what's ahead of you. Not when the foundation is strong. Trust your roots that hold you up. The sight is just a bonus. One more inhale. Exhale, hands come down to frame that front left foot. Roll to your back right tippy toes and spin yourself towards the long right edge of your mat for your straddle forward fold stance. Coming up to the fingertips, you can use a block underneath your right palm if you want, but left arm reaches high. So this we're familiar with, right? A nice big open twist. Now, I don't know about you, but when I take this twist, my hips, they want to come with me. So I end up dumping all of my weight towards my front foot and kind of rolling in towards my back right foot. Can you instead try to split your mat in half, driving your feet towards the opposite ends? Inhale, look down. Exhale, thread your left arm underneath that right. And you can crawl those right fingertips a little bit out towards the right, so a little bit away from you. Reaching outside your right calf, your right ankle, pulling yourself underneath that right armpit. Go back where you came. Left arm reaches up. Inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down. Spin yourself to face forward. Runner's lunge. Step to the top end of your mat. Good. Inhale. Halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Arms reach up. Exhale, hands are center. Inhale, arms reach back up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, high plank, step yourself back. Side plank, Vashisthasana. I'm actually going to do the opposite side first. So you see the back side. Right palm down. Roll the edges of your feet to the right. 3 options. Keep your left foot in front of your right. Bring your right knee down, or stack your left foot on top of the right. Inuminimagimo. Left arm reaches straight up. Look down towards your right thumb. Glue your left fingertips together like you have a fin. Reach that left arm up and over that left ear, and roll your left palm down towards the mat. So plug the left shoulder into the socket. Roll your right bicep up towards the ear. This is not easy, but you can do it for 5, 4, come on. 3, 2, 1. Left hand up, left palm down, high plank. This is your break. Breaks over. Other side, side plank. Roll the edges of your feet to the left. You can keep them there, one in front of the other, or lower your left knee down, modify, or stack your right foot on top of the left. Reach your left arm up, just for the sake of your neck. Let's look down towards that left thumb. Good. Glue your right fingertips together. Reach that right arm up and over that right ear. Roll your right palm down. Lift your hips up. Pull your belly back. You can do this. 5, 4, 3, I'm shaking 2, 2, 1, right arm up, right palm down, high plank. Option for chaturanga, skip it, inhale, up, downward cobra. Ooh. Exhale, downward facing double door. Good. Right leg reaches high towards the sky, inhale. Exhale, knee towards the left tricep. Cross over, try to touch. Kick that foot out, star pose. So the inside of your left foot flat. Reach your left arm up, but then windmill. Windmill the left arm open. Left palm down. Roll to your left tippy toes. Send that right leg high, 3-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale. Big step through the hands. Runner's lunge. Pause here. Center your fingertips or grab those blocks. I'm going to grab the blocks. Inhale, pull the chest in. Exhale, rock the hips up and back. Long pyramid pose. Couple more breaths. Spin your back inner left thigh behind you. Breathe. Good. Rebend into that front right knee. Plant your left palm inside that right foot with or without the block. Toe heel your right foot just a little bit away from you. Give yourself a wider runner's lunge here. You'll understand why in a moment. Back knee can always lower down. That's a fine, wonderful option. Do your best to keep your left shoulder on top of your left wrist. I almost said left ankle. That wouldn't make any sense. And that block maybe a little bit ahead of your right tippy toes. Mine aren't. That's okay. As you bend into that front knee, we're going for our open twist. Right arm reaches out. This to me is just like, it's such a gnarly hard pose, but we're gonna make it even more challenging. So as you bend into that front knee, we've already been prepping for this, and this isn't even the peak pose that we're getting to, so we have to do this to get to the peak pose. You're gonna glue those right fingertips together. You know where we're going. You're gonna reach that right arm up and over your right ear, and you're gonna spin your right palm down. The only difference, right, is that we're on the ball of the back foot. Keep that bend in that front knee. Spin your inner left thigh up. It's funky, that's the point. Good. You don't have to look up. You can look down. You can look towards the side. You should be working so hard right now, especially through that back left leg. One more breath. Right arm reaches back up. Right hand comes down. Move those props off to the side. Step straight back to your down dog. Step straight back. I promise it'll feel good. Oh, big difference in the right side and the left. Left leg reaches high. Inhale. Exhale, knee, right tricep, crossover, try to touch. Kick that foot out to the side. Start pose. To the inside of the right foot flat. Windmill that right arm open. Big circles. Woo! I know tonight is very technical. Right palm down, roll to your right tippy toes. Left leg high, center high. Inhale. Exhale, big step through the hands. Runner's lunge. You can use the hands to assist it. Grab those blocks. Tent the fingertips. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, rock hips up and back. I talked about this earlier in the week that I love using the blocks in any kind of forward fold because it reminds me that I can put a soft bend into my elbows to drape myself over, to fold over that front thigh, that front leg. And I'm personally always working on the position of my pelvis, having lower back issues, always working on the stability of core, which is why my classes always include core work. Always, nine times out of 10, core work. That, and I secretly want a six-pack for life. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, okay? It's okay to want some of those physical looks that come with the practice, but first priority is just to feel good. Rebend into that front left knee. Then let's take that block inside your left foot. I'm lowering it down to the lowest option here, but you can, of course, take it on the middle or the higher. And I'm just putting it slightly ahead of my left tippy toes. You know, toe heel your left foot a little bit away. Give yourself plenty of space to take that twist. Fire up that back right heel, which we've already been doing, right, this whole time as we've been straightening through that right leg. We started out with that in our lizard pose. Reach that left arm high. Oh, good. Take a peek at everything before you glue those left fingertips together like you have a fin. Reach your left arm up and over that left ear. So you're rolling your chest open to the left. You're spinning your inner right thigh high. You're keeping that bend into the front. If you have any doubt of the position of your hips, think about your inner thighs scissoring or squeezing it. You can look down. You can look toward the side. You can look up. Up is most challenging. Don't forget to breathe. One more breath. Left arm reaches up. Left hand comes down. Holy smokes. Move that block off its head. Go straight back, down dog. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Good. Lower down, child's pose. Oh man. That was intense. Intense side body stretch. Oh. But we are going to be so ready for this peak pose, which we're going to take in just a moment. And it's not a peak pose that you would expect to be a peak pose. But in Hatha flow, anything goes. Tree could be a peak pose. A chaturanga could be a peak pose. Drink some water. Please don't drink Gatorade. It's so bad for you. But drink water, drink tea. Right. Anyone's wrist feeling that after, you know, using the blocks? My wrists feel it. So let's come up to all fours. Let's spin those fingers to face the long edges of your mat and start to rock side to side. Oof. I know so many of us are working from home or working off a computer, and that typing gets to me. Other way, Send the palms up towards the sky, flipping the tops of the hands flat. This time, shift the weight forwards and backwards. Push your nails down into the mat. Good. And then release. Bring those knees together, sit back on the heels. If that's not comfortable, you can sit on block. I just want to talk about one very specific thing before we move on to this last little, well, technically there'll be like 2 more sequences. But before we get into our peak pose, I do want to note the position of your shoulder when you're extending your top arm. There's a difference, right, of extension all the way through. See what's happening with my shoulder. And then a healthy extension where that shoulder is locked and loaded down, separation from my ear and my shoulder, but my fingertips are still sending energy up. So the intention is still shooting up, or of course shooting to the side, which is what we've been doing. But even through here, I'm not creeping this shoulder all the way up toward my ear. I'm not scrunching, right? I'm keeping that shoulder down, which is actually why proper extension, healthy extension, is 20 times more challenging when you're doing it right. So if you're shaking, you're probably doing it right. If you're not shaking, you're probably not doing it right. As you fully extend, it's gonna feel like more of a, oh, it's just such a nice, easy stretch. When you hug that shoulder down though, but you're still thinking, okay, I'm reaching through my fingertips though, but my shoulder is staying down, then you're starting to feel the obliques, the lats, the triceps, the biceps, everything starts to turn on to hold that shoulder and keep it stabilized in place. Makes sense? So when we come to this peak pose, we're gonna have both arms up. And you're gonna be tempted to bring your shoulders with you, especially the more tired that you get. But have those shoulders down, and as a trick, spin your pinkies in towards each other. That's why we practice palms down. That just fires up your tricep. That tells your brain to the outside muscles, hey, I need your help, just by that little churning, pivoting down, okay? Downward facing dog. I know, I gave my peak pose away right now. Downward facing dog. High to the tippy toes. Bend the knees like a hen. Step float, top end of your mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach up, stand up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Make sure your blocks are within reaching distance. Arms reach back up. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, sweep your left leg up, standing splits. Use those blocks. Please use them. They're going to be so helpful in this next moment. And I am, again, going to show you the back side of my body because I want you to see what's going on with my shoulders, even though I'm not wearing a tank top. Reach, reach, reach to those flying tippy toes. Use the blocks to fold over. Good. Take those blocks ahead of you. Find a near halfway lift. You may need to go up a level, but just see for now. Flex through those back left tippy toes. We're coming to half move. So, like we practiced in the beginning, roll your hips open towards the long left edge of your mat. Take your left hand to your left hip first. Bring that block underneath your right shoulder. Good. Send energy through that flying left heel. Pull your ribs back. And then maybe, last but not least, reach that left arm up. Keep your gaze down for now. And scrunch those right tippy toes. Damn, those gardeners, they're back. Warrior two. Big bend into that front right knee. Take a big step back. Slow and steady. Warrior two. Widen out your stance. Get that front heel lined up with your back, left inner arch. Even out the position of your hips. Well, maybe it's good because the gardeners will distract us here from the struggle of our peak pose here. All right, extended side angle, core supported. Reach forward over that front thigh. First, let's just set it up. Right forearm down on top of that front right thigh. Left arm reaches straight up. Pull your right booty cheek underneath you. Roll your left hip up and back behind you. Glue your left fingertips together. Come up a little bit higher away from that right thigh. So push up just a little bit. Reach that left arm up and over the left ear. Spin your left palm down. Hug your left shoulder into the side. Look down towards your right tippy toes. Right arm reaches forward. Glue those right fingertips together, but palms facing up. Look down. Roll your chest underneath you though. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both hands come down. Sit onto the ball of your back, left foot. Lower your back knee down. Low lunge. Come on. How do we do? We do okay? Could you hear me? They're leaving. They're walking away. Good. And hop. Exhale, right fingertips drop off to the side. Left arm reaches up and over. Good. This time, just let your left fingertips do what they want. Don't worry about making a little fin. Just open up that side body. So this is more this feels good. Good. Both arms reach up and hop. Exhale, hands lower down. Tuck those back left toes. Lift that back knee up and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, toe swap. Pop up to those tippy toes, round to the back. Option 1, let your knees just butterfly open. Maybe your heels meet, maybe they don't. You can take just a little prayer squat variation, or you can go for your crow pose, Vakasana, if you want. Don't have to. I'm just going to stay here and kind of butterfly my knees side to side. And then the second round, I'll go for my crow pose. I can see them. I can see those gardeners. All right. Set those heels flat. Feet how you like. Hips to distance, big toes to touch. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach up. Stand up. Oops. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Good. All right, we can do it. One more side. Inhale, arms reach back up. Exhale, fold forward. Got all sorts of fun noises today. I'm okay with it. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, standing splits. Right leg sweeps up. Grab those blocks. Put a soft bend into your elbows. Reach, reach, reach. Do those flying right tippy toes. Tell the hamstrings, hey, we've got some work coming up. You can do this. All right, find a halfway lift. Lower your right thigh parallel towards your mat. Flex to the right tippy toes. Left hand, set it right with the block underneath your left shoulder and start to roll your hips open for your half move. Flex, flex, flex to your right tippy toes. Focus more on your flying leg rather than your grounded leg, and that will help you stay up, I promise. Right hand to that right hip, or right arm reaches high. This side is proving more challenging than the other for me. Look down, look down. Breathe. Warrior 2. Slowly bend into that front left knee. Take a big step back. All right, get yourself situated because you know what's coming, so you need that strong foundation. Front heel towards the back inner arch, front knee going out towards the pinky toe, hips are even. And this is when it pays to have some juicy thighs. And arms out to a T. Reach forward. Here we go. Extended side angle. Core supported. Left forearm lowers down just to set ourselves up. Right arm reaches up. We glue those right fingertips together. And just to make sure that we're not completely collapsing, we're going to push ourselves a little bit away from that left thigh with that left elbow. Just a little bit of a lift. Reach your right arm up and over that right ear. Spin your palm down. Plug that shoulder into the socket. Here we go. Left arm forward. Glue those left fingertips together, palms facing in. I know. You can do this. Look down, look towards the side. Hold. 5, 4, come on. 3, 2, 1. Both hands come down. Roll to your back right tippy toes. Pause here. Then lower that back knee down. Good. Arms reach up. Low lunge. Good. Inhale. Exhale, left fingertips just drop off. Just drop off. Reach that right arm up and over. Not too technical, just we made it. Feels good. Both arms reach back up. Inhale. Exhale, hands lower down. Well done. Step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, ball squat, or excuse me, toe squat. Pop up to those tippy toes. Good. Again, you have the option. You can butterfly those knees open. This time, I'm going to go for my crow pose. And we will not be rising back up, so stay nice and low. Good. From here, we're coming to our bum for core, last core, boat pose. Heels, bum, close those knees together like above. Good. Float those feet up. Grab underneath your knees. Really want to make sure that your chest is open, shoulders are rolling down away from the ears. Right? All of my ladies, which it is a ladies class besides Bouchon, but for us ladies, right, those lower abdominal muscles are usually the hardest part for us to manage tissue-wise, okay? So this is getting right into those lower abdominal muscles. Even holding on to behind the knees is still gonna do the trick because we're gonna make sure that we're nice and tall, right? And we're keeping those calves as parallel as possible. If you're like, you know what, I need to work on those lower muscles, then take the arms on by the sides and palms face up. Holding here, 10, 9, 8, don't be afraid of that shaking, 7, 6, shake all you want, 5, 4, that's the body adapting, 3, 2, that's you getting stronger, 1, hands behind those knees, lower those feet down, oh, give yourself a little hug, you deserve it. Wrap underneath the hamstring, squeeze. Slowly release. We haven't done, well, we've done a fair amount of hips, but we'll do one more right here. Let's take a butterfly, but a wider diamond shape. Soles of the feet to touch, knees open up wide. Oh. Grab hold wherever you like. It's gonna be a super, super lax, lax hip opener. Inhale, exhale, fold, fold, fold. I slide my hands down towards my feet, and then I like to take a more yin approach to this pose, especially right after all of that side work. And don't be surprised if you're feeling it a little bit in your neck too, because when the obliques and the side muscles, the core muscles, you know, obviously core is different from your side muscles, but they're all together, right? But specifically your side muscles into your core, when they're underdeveloped, we tend to tap into our neck. We tap into our neck, we tighten that up instead, and that's why we have to really work on that shoulder, hugging down, cinching up through this side, keeping it strong, keeping it intact. So if your neck is feeling a little bit, don't feel like you failed. Just means, okay, I've got some work to do for my abdominal muscles, for my obliques, into the core as a whole. Rising back up. We are going to take one more standing balance. Those half moons were awesome. I saw some of them, they were great. We're going to take one more because I feel like our hamstrings and our hips are definitely ready for it, especially from that opening and closing that we've been doing, opening, closing for chest as well. So cross at the shins, roll over, come to your down dog, step yourself back. High the tippy toes, soften the knees like a head, step forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands heart center. Good. So I'm going to spin the face towards you, especially because I have the wall. So if you're close to the wall, you might want to spin in the opposite direction. Right, we are going to go for our Uttita Hasta Padangusasana, which translates to big toe lock, like hand to foot, big toe lock, okay? So we do not have to grab hold of the foot for this pose. We can hold on to the knee. If you hold on to the knee though, keep your knee at a 90-degree bend in line with your hip. So don't hike your knee all the way up or you just fall over. See that going right? Don't hike it all the way up like this. Keep it level, so your hand will most likely just be placed there instead of like actually holding on to it, okay? Shift the weight, it's gonna look the opposite. I'm doing the same. Shift the weight, you like when I talk to you like this, right? Shift your weight and see that your left standing leg. Draw your right knee up towards you. Bring your left hand to your left hip, and already notice, okay, am I hiking up? Am I hiking up one side of my hip, kind of dumping into the other side? Even that out. We've been doing that, right? Opening and closing. Right hand on top of that right thigh, or big toe lock. Peace fingers, grab for that right big toe, and you extend that right leg forward. Wherever you're at, you're gonna open up your hip. Bonus, left arm out to the side. If you fall, it is not the end of the world. And then we very slowly come back to the center. If you have that big toe lock, slowly rebend, then set the foot down. That big crack, that was my knee. Other side, shift the weight in the right standing leg. I'm not counting off for my own sake because I know that I'll just wait until the end and then fall. So right hand to that right hip, pull that left knee up. Right, even out your hips. You're not hiking up. Left hand on top of that knee, just kind of nudge it open, or go for that big toe lock. Open up that hip. Bonus, right arm out. Back to the center. Rebend into that left knee. Lower that foot down. That's hard. That took me like 3-4 years to be able to do. So if you're still trying to figure out how the heck am I gonna get hold of that big toe, just keep stretching your hamstrings. Keep doing how, you don't even have to do full splits. I can't even do full splits, but I can still do it just because I open my hamstrings up regardless. Okay, step to the top of the mat. Let's take one last chaturanga. Arms reach up and hop. Exhale, fold forward. Everyone did so great tonight. It was a very challenging, very technical class. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the palms, step float. Last little chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Oh, child's pose. Finding your way onto your back. Take a block with you. Doesn't a restorative back bend sound so good right now? Yes. Grab your block. Come onto your back. Soles of the feet, hips width distance. Walk on the lowest level. Push down to the feet. Lift those hips up. Slide that block underneath. Relaxing the lower back down. Arms stay long by the sides. If you're a little bit more bendy and flexy, you could slide your legs out long, but for me that's too much. So I keep my feet flat. So back bends are still considered rigorous for the body in the sense that they keep the heart rate high. But in this variation, we're not working so hard to get that back bend shape. That's why we usually follow a back bend by a hip opener, something down regulating. Last couple breaths here. Re-bend into the knees if you extend the legs long. Push down to the feet, lift those hips up. Slide the block out from underneath, relax the lower back down. Toe heel the feet out to the edges of the mat, and windshield wiper the knees side to side. Back to the center, toe heel the feet in. We're coming back up. Brush those knees off, push yourself up. Taking our double pigeon. Double pigeon is physically impossible for you. You stay on your back, you take a lying down with 4. The excuse that you don't like it does not fly. Because I don't like it either. Bend into your left knee, get your left shin parallel to the top edge of your mat. Stack your right shin on top, right ankle on top of that left knee, right knee kind of on top of that left ankle. Flex your 10 toes. If you're on your back, right ankle crosses over your left thigh, take your right down to the floor. You have this huge, wonderful gap like I do. You can stash a block in between. You can stash a blanket, or you can just let it hang and take your elbow down on top, like you're extremely distressed, and let your elbow kind of weigh everything down. Feels weird because next Saturday is my birthday. And we usually always do something at Yoga Soul for it. It feels strange that I won't be there to prepare gluten-free goodies for everyone. But I don't think I would even be allowed to bring in goodies at this point. There's so many rules. Last couple breaths here. Traditionally, you're supposed to hold for 2 minutes. We're just ending our second minute. Time flies when having fun. It's not that fun. It doesn't feel good. I will admit it. Let's be honest. Feels good afterwards. All right, release. If you're on your back, switch. Left ankle over that right thigh. Oh. If you're up with me, double pigeon, bend into your right knee, right shin parallel. Bend into your left knee, left shin on top. Oh, this side is worse. This side is worse. You can always tell how this, if this pose, who it's more deadly to, because for those of us that don't particularly enjoy it, it's like we're holding ourselves up with our hands. Like we're trying to look like we're doing the pose, but we're kind of holding our weight in our hands. So we're not completely in the pose. It's like we verge, we're close to commitment, but not all the way there. Woo. Good news, about 15 seconds. Release. If you're on your back, stay there. If you're upright like me, first just windshield wiper the feet. And then let's take our legs up the wall. That'll be our that will be our last pose before Shavasana. If you'd rather go to an armchair, sofa, bending your knees, that's fine. I'm cool with that. The closer you scoot yourself to the wall, the more intense the hamstring stretches, so be mindful of that. Move all the stuff out of the way from me. And we're going to be here for 2 to 3 minutes, and then I'll give you the choice, I'll give you the option, rather, to stay for your Shavasana or to move to your corpse pose, Baddha Konasana, some other great pose using the props if you want. But for now, let's just get that blood flowing down. So you have the option to move into your Shavasana from here or stay here. It's entirely up to you. Completely melting and oozing into your mat, into the earth. Committing to this final portion of your practice, the most important portion of your practice. See it all the way through. Very slowly reawaken the body. Deepen the breath. Add some movement. Take your time rolling off to one side. And using the hands to push yourself all the way on up Easy seated pose. Bringing the hands to heart center at Anjali Mudra. Dropping the chin down towards the chest. Giving yourself a little bow. Taking pride in your practice tonight, taking pride in the ability of your body. Moving the hands to third eye center, the forehead, in honor of each other. Giving thanks for the opportunity to continue our practice virtually together. Bowing to each other in respect, love, and sending positive vibes, good health, financial security. Saying namaste. Thank you all so very much